WNYC is supported by HBO, presenting Treme, the drama series about post-Katrina New Orleans, starring Melissa Leo, Wendell Pierce, and Candy Alexander. Treme Season 2 premieres Sunday, April 24th at 10, 9 Central on HBO.
Hi, this is John Schaefer. You're listening to WNYC On Demand, podcasts, streaming, and MP3 downloads available when you want at WNYC.org and iTunes.
Double lives, take me back, Gemini, don't look back.
This is Soundcheck. I'm John Schaefer. Heartbreak is tough, but it sure has inspired some great tunes. There's a long list of musicians who've used this type of misery as a muse, and now you can add singer and guitarist Diego Garcia's name to that list. The former frontman of a post-punk band called Elephant embarked upon a solo career last year, and his first album, Laura, tells the age-old story of a gut-wrenching breakup. We'll talk with him about turning angst into art, but first, a live performance from Diego Garcia and his band. This song is called Nothing to Hide.
Walking away, now I got nothing to say. You got me so down. It seems like you know what I've been trying to show. You know what I found. People can talk, will this ever stop? But can you stand this? Come over here, you know the skies will be clear right from the first kiss. In my heart, I got nothing to hide. In my heart, I got nothing to hide. Feelings are gone, you know that love fades. Oh. In my heart, I got nothing to hide. In my heart, I got nothing, baby. You know the skies will be clear. Got nothing to hide. In my heart, I got nothing, baby. In my heart, I got nothing, baby. In my heart, I got nothing to hide.
That is Diego Garcia, and a live performance in our studio of the song Nothing to Hide, which is one of the tunes on his debut solo record, Laura. You heard Diego singing and playing the steel string guitar. The nylon string, the classical guitar, was played by Zeke Zima, and Daniel Bensi playing the cello and doing backing vocals. Diego, welcome to Soundcheck.
Thank you for having us.
So the album is called Laura. It is, a new addition to this great long tradition of breakup albums. Is there really a Laura?
Yes.
And how does she feel about having her name splashed across the cover of her ex-boyfriend's record?
No. Well, she's my wife now.
Oh!
Yeah. So,
maybe you don't quite understand the concept of the breakup album.
Right.
You're supposed to break up.
This record was more about dealing with the breakup. It was sort of a meditation, I guess, on the malady of love, and it was inspired by us, separating.
Mm-hmm.
Ironically, over those 5 years I was working on this album, I feel like I ended up having some sort of closure, which allowed for us to get back together in a weird way.
When were you writing these songs?
I
During that
started-
4 or 5 year period?
Yeah, I started this process in 2004, 2005. 2005, I would say, I started working on this record.
So we spent the first half of the show talking about musical comebacks.
Yes.
This is kind of a comeback for you.
Yes, in a big way, yeah, I guess it is. I've been out of the scene for about 5 years.
Mm-hmm. And did you listen to, some other classic heartbreak, breakup albums like Bob Dylan's Blood on the Tracks or, Beck with Sea Change? Or, did you listen to any of those things for inspiration while you were making this?
I actually went farther south to where my parents are from. And
That's Argentina?
Yeah. I got into late 60s, early 70s romance records coming out of there. Chile, early. This is a loaded analogy. People flip out when I say this because you think of a tuxedo and a tan, but early Julio Iglesias. Those guys did it best. They really sang about love, but not in a mature. That word is scary, but in a mature way.
Right.
They sang men. Singing about love, and so I definitely referenced that, and I studied it a bit. And it was very natural as well. It wasn't forced. I definitely connected with those old guys.
So where did you grow up?
I grew up in the States. I grew up in Florida. Ended up going to school right outside the city and been in New York for the last 10 years.
So, you obviously Spanish. Your Spanish is completely fluent. You can hear all these old Chilean and Argentine records and know exactly, the text and the subtext as well. Yeah. But these songs all written and sung in English.
Yeah, I think in English, so I write in English. But there was a real goal in the recording to address my story, being first-generation Latin kid growing up in the States. And we did want to make it so if you weren't really paying attention to this, it might sound like I'm singing in Spanish. So we actually really went into the whole intonations of the delivery and the vocals, the vibrato, the dramatic delivery. Danny was very, very instrumental in inspiring me to do that. He's a cellist, so he kind of brought that whole dramatic element to the picture.
So, it's not a rock record per se. It has elements of that.
Yeah. Listen, this is a 3-piece we brought today. It's acoustic, but live it can go up to a 7-piece, 6-piece, and I'd like to think it's dramatic. It's definitely rock and roll in that sense.
The album's called Laura, and Diego Garcia and the band will be playing at New Blue in Alphabet City next Friday night, April 29th. They're playing for us here in the Soundcheck studio this afternoon. Let's hear another song. This one's called You Were Never There. It's Diego Garcia, live on Soundcheck.
Stop where you are, looking up at the sun. See all the cars standing still as they run. yeah. The day starts to fade, slip away, out of sight. A flash in the sky, lighting up my dark night. And you were never there. You were never there. You were never there. You were never there. Had it all, more than most that I know. You hide yourself behind a wall, and it shows. Girl, you never cared. You were never there, because you never cared. You were never there. It was a rainy night on a quiet town in Florida. I stayed awake all night, I couldn't sleep at all, so I sang to her. Girl, you never cared. You were never there, because you never cared. You were never there. 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 On a quiet town in Florida.